You know, turbochargers are fun, and there's a whole lot of hype around them, especially in the drifting scene. Everybody wants a turbocharger, they want that sound, but there's a lot of hidden things that people don't really think about with turbos, and a lot of headaches you gotta go over. I mean, I've had this car for a grand total of about 5 years now, and it's come a long way. I mean, when I got it originally, it didn't have wheels, it didn't have anything. And actually, you know what, I got it with coilovers, so that's one of the great things. Something else, I mean, just start picking it apart here. I mean, toss that oil cooler on, that was something fairly recent. We did. I mean, it's really just necessary. I mean, right now it's summer, and out here in Oregon, I don't know if you guys are from here, but it has been hot. And anybody with performance cars knows they've been feeling the heat. They feel that power loss, all that. It's not fun. So, I mean, definitely an oil cooler just helped it out. I ended up finding myself, I had to cut a hole in the hood. I didn't want to go with the hood vents that every single person uses, so I kind of did a little bit of looking around, and this is actually a factory Ford piece off a GT500 Mustang. The next obvious point coming back here is going to be the fun Hot Boy hood dump here. I mean, you can see a little bit of black stuff, but oh well. I mean, it's not the daily. This fun car. We'll take a look at that a little closer later. Let's see. Wheels. These are cheap China STRs, knockoffs, Rota, blah, whatever. Who cares? Wheels are wheels. I mean, you can spend $3,000 on wheels, or you can spend $100 on a wheel. It doesn't matter. A wheel is a wheel. But at the end of the day, people run STRs in Formula Drift. I mean, you can say what you want, but the wheels are there. I wanted the shiny lips. I didn't want to pay $3,000 for shiny lips. I mean, I took the clear all the way off, and I decided to sand them down and see what came of it. I mean, they look good, they're shiny, but again, everything's give and take, and if you want shiny, you got to clean them all the time, and any water spot's gonna, I mean, you can see it leaves little marks and whatnot. You have to go like that, kind of, look at that, it's all shiny. A little different, I like it. There's a Jeep, found a Jeep. Those things are cool, getting expensive. Fun fact, those things are getting really expensive if they're unmolested. Hey guys, so I mean, that's been enough about the outside of the car. Let's dive into the inside and see what you guys really want to see. It ain't the prettiest under here, I'm not gonna lie. I made this car to work, not be pretty. I might make it pretty one day, but for now it's functional. It's not a pretty engine day by any means. Everything in here is done for a reason. I mean, all of this turbo makes a whole bunch of heat, and your brakes are right here. Brakes don't like heat. You got to do everything you can. So I mean, you can see this is old at this point. I want to redo it, but it's just a whole collage of heat shielding as much as you can, just to try to get that heat away from your brakes. Because at the end of the day, if you're going fast, you want to be able to stop. And it is a stock bottom end 1.8 1995 block. These lines here, this is one of the issues actually. One of the headaches that people really are not going to tell you when you come to boost your car is you tune it and it's 75 degrees outside. Well, let's say you daily drive your car and it's not just a solely track car, you're gonna see that boost number change. And there's all sorts of different ways around this, but the cold hard truth is boost isn't as accurate as you really want to think about. And a big example of this is here in Oregon. I mean, we'll have mornings where it's 30 degrees, and later that afternoon it'll get all the way up to 75, sometimes 80. I mean, we have a very large temperature swing, and if your car isn't a solely 100% of the time track car, you're going to see boost change. And as you see boost change, you're going to be running on a different part of your map, and the whole thing spirals out of control. So where I originally started is I had a manual boost controller. I was thinking, hey, I hear all these great things about electronic boost controllers, but I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's dive in. Let's see if I can beat the issue. Because what I was noticing is in colder temperatures, I was seeing higher boost levels. And in warmer temperatures, I was seeing lower boost levels. So immediately you think, oh, hey, I'll go ahead and I'll use an electronic boost controller. Well, all an electronic boost controller does is it sits there. It's just a little valve that duty cycles. Great. At the end of the day, you're still not affecting air. So even though you have your controller set, temperature change, your boost changes. I had to get a little ingenious, and I have to give a shout out here to Sloppy Mechanics, because he's the inventor. He's the first person that I saw that did this. But essentially right here, you see I removed that old cigarette lighter, and that's a switch. It turns all the way to here, all the way over. That's really, really high boost. This is really, really low boost. That is not a boost adjustment switch. Yeah, you can turn it up and get more boost, but honestly, at the end of the day, that's gonna mess everything up. What that is for is it's a trim switch. If it's cold in the morning, you can turn it down. If it's warm, you can turn it up. That helps me keep this car running very well. That took over a year to figure out. It was a huge headache. I was running around in circles forever. So yeah, boost your car. It is great. It is the most fun experience ever. But at the same time, when people say, hey, if it's your only car, you might necessarily not want to boost it, they're not lying. There's reasons people are saying those things. I was one of those people. I boosted this car. It was my only car. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I daily drove it to work all the time. But I'll tell you what, I put a whole lot of extra stress on me that wasn't needed. And you know what? Right now, I got the CR-V. Nobody daily drives their boosted car for forever unless it's a stock, whatever car that you're not having fun with. It's just the fact of life. So I know you guys, the questions just burn in the back of your mind. What do I need? How do I hit the ground running with the turbo Miata? Well, there's a lot of ways to do it, and you're gonna find a lot of people, and especially if you're gonna look at those budget options, that are gonna go ahead and tell you that you don't need engine management, you don't need ECU, you can boost your car without an ECU, and I'm just gonna kill that right now. Yes, you can boost your car without an ECU, 100%. You can do it, you can do all sorts of fancy things, even great guy, Greg Peters, Car Passion channel, he has a great video on how to do it, but even he'll sell you this, I'll tell you this, it's not the best. Big number one reason is you do not have active control over your engine timing. That is key. So, with that said, what do you need? Back to the question, what do you really need to get your car running? First things first, get engine management. Before you do anything, get engine management on your car. That's gonna get your car up and running. You'll pick up a little bit of horsepower. You'll be able to get into the whole tune of Mega Squirt and get your feet wet, get familiar with the whole program. So if and when something does go wrong later when you're boosted, you're gonna know what's going on. You're gonna know exactly what's going on. You're gonna know what's bad. You're gonna know what's good. After you get engine management is you now have the ability to do injectors. Injectors, you don't need a turbo to do that. You can pick up a little bit more power. I mean, you're getting everything tuned right. You might need a little bit more fuel. Injectors can help that out. I personally have yellow Denso RX-8 injectors. The beauty of these injectors is they're about a 425cc injector that plugs directly in and drops directly in. You're going to notice your factory injectors do look different, but where they actually mount into and plug into, it's the same. The next generation of Miata's injectors actually look like that. These cars are just a little older, so those factory ones just designed a little bit different. After you have engine management, you have injectors, you're ready for the fun stuff. You're ready to get your feet wet fully and go ahead and play. So at that point, that's when you're gonna need the hard stuff. Obviously, and this is the first one, get a new radiator. These things make more heat. Yeah, you can run it with a stock radiator, you're just gonna get really hot. Not the best. Get an eBay radiator, just go ahead and do it. You're gonna need, obviously, you're gonna need a turbo manifold. You're gonna need a downpipe. You're reworking your exhaust side of your car, so I personally got lucky. I didn't make this. I got this off of another guy who had a 1995 turboed Miata. He blew it up, did some other stuff. So I got the turbo, I got the manifold, and I got a downpipe made. Those things, yeah, you can buy the cheap eBay stuff. Yes, it works, but you're getting what you're paying for. That's really what you're gonna find with all this. Again, like I said before, cheap, reliable, fast, you get to pick two. It's a smaller turbo, so what you're getting is you're getting really good spool time and you're hitting boost right away. You're really not gonna get pull a lot more gains after about 20 PSI. Right now I'm about 14 PSI, but again, I'm on the stock bottom end, so you don't wanna push it too much. This is huge, and especially for you guys out there that don't wanna do a built bottom end, you just wanna get boosted and get going, is timing. And timing is gonna be a part of your tune. So there's lots of people that can tune Mega Squirt. You could even learn yourself how to tune Mega Squirt. I would highly advise getting your car tuned by a tuner first for a base map, asking them as many questions as you can to really get your feet wet. But what timing does is, well, it's how you time the car. If you're advancing the timing to closer to top dead center, or you're retarding the timing after top dead center. So in this case here, what you do is when the car goes into boost is you actually pull timing. Now, more timing equals faster, but more timing also increases stress on your pistons, on your rods, and you don't, again, it comes back to that whole stock thing. Yeah, you can turn this up as much as you want, but where are you gonna blow the motor? So with that, by pulling timing, that's a safety zone. And that's a huge safety zone. This car has been boosted for over a year now at this point, and I'm still going pretty good, fingers crossed. So I mean, again guys, I tried a million things to solve this boost issue, one of which proved something. As you can see here, these are vacuum lines. Why are they running out away? Well, I ended up mounting my boost controller all the way up here. The reason being for that is you got a boost controller. That operates very simple. You have a positive and a negative. Polarity doesn't matter. You're duty cycling 12 volts, so you're pulsating 12 volts through that. Great, that's fine. But you got to think about it, that thing's a block of aluminum. Aluminum's really heat conductive. If you have that sitting right next to your turbo or very close to your turbo, I don't know 100% with other ones, I know specifically with this one, as the temperature of the controller changes, the same duty cycle is going to make a different amount of boost. So you're going to have, I mean, you can set, let's say for example, you set a 10% duty cycle, that's making 10 pounds of boost when it's 75 degrees outside. You go ahead and you drive your car when it's 30 degrees outside, you're going to notice that same duty cycle is going to make way more boost, and you're going to have to scale that all the way down to make sure you're holding the same amount of boost. And the contrary is true as well. If that thing goes ahead and gets really, really, really hot, and that controller is really hot, the same amount of duty cycle is going to make less boost. So you're going to find yourself having to increase. And what you're doing is you end up chasing your tail over and over, making constant changes to your controller. Then the temperature changes outside, and next thing you know, your tune's off, you're running too much boost, you're running way too rich, or worse, you don't actually have enough fuel in your fuel table, you're maxing out your injectors, running way too much boost, and now you're going lean on your cylinders, and you got a really bad detonation scenario. Yeah guys, so all in all, I mean, having a boosted Miata is definitely worth it. There's a reason my car's boosted, there's a reason I do what I do, but don't just fascinate on the boosted side, go crazy, listen to all the hype and everything. Understand what you're getting into, understand what it is, because it is a whole new beast. Now again, once you have it, once you get your head wrapped around it, you understand it, it is great, it is the most fun ever, but just know you're gonna work on your car more, you're gonna be a lot more tense when you're hearing a new sound. If you drive it longer, you're gonna get more, I mean, there's a whole lot more anxiety with driving one of these kind of cars around, because you don't know, I mean, you put it together with your hands, anything can go wrong. I mean, it holds together now, but who knows? Just remember, this is just a general overview of my car, and from the last couple of videos that we posted, we definitely have seen you guys have a whole lot of questions, so this is the video. If you guys got any questions, what you want to see, what you want us to make a video about on this car, or any questions to me, if you have a Miata of yourself and you want to go ahead and boost it, my name is Chase Spittle, Instagram @ChaseSpittle, toss it down there in the link below, shoot me a message, I'm free to help, because when I boosted this car, I did it by myself. I had to research out everything online, and I had to find my own help, and you know what, there was a whole lot of things that I did that would have been 300 times easier if somebody just told me. Alright guys, so this is it. Just remember, if you guys love this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. We have a lot more content coming your way. This is Chase with UnFit Media. We're out.